Hi, this is Dan Gilvazan, and you're listening to the Geekcast Radio Network.
Jazz here, and I am so digging the Geekcast Radio Network.
Cliff Jumper, commence countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, Toycast. Oh, yes. Listen in to the only toy podcast you will ever need.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Brie.
And I'm Ben. I was gonna say the stash is what I was gonna call myself. But I feel like you would have never recovered after our discussion before this got started.
Nope, I wouldn't have.
Way ahead of you. Batmobile. Ignition.
Hello and welcome to an all-new generation of Toycast as we get the origins of any and all toy fans that we can. I'm, of course, TFG and Mike. Today's featured guests are Brie and Vince, and together they are the Poppin Duo, a family of collectors. Hello, Brie. Hello, Vince. How are y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Very good. Mike, I'll just say I was very impressed with that intro. Like, that's a one take. We definitely, if you watch the channel at all, we're not, well, it looks
Sometimes
like
it's a one take.
It looks like there's one take a lot of times, but that was impressive.
Well, I've been podcasting for 14 years. I think I've perfected my intros and outros.
You honestly have.
And I usually write up really long, intricate intros. The last episode I talked to a guy, Michael Osceola, who has been in the entertainment industry for years. And I'm like, how can I condense this into something that's going to sound really awesome, but that gets the point across of everything that this guy has done? So it's like, oh, okay, I'll do it that way. But yes, nice. We are here to talk about toys here on Toycast. Vince and Brie, like I said, welcome to the show. So before we get into the whole toy thing, you guys have a Funko YouTube channel that you do. You do multiple things on the channel, from unboxings to crazy Halloween streams and other things. What started this? What made you guys want to do a YouTube channel?
I'll let you take this one.
Okay, I'll take this one. Honestly, it was Gabby probably pushing more than anything. And then extra free time. We obviously was right at the beginning of the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So it gave us, we were doing mystery boxes and that kind of thing for maybe a month or a couple months before. And, you know, honestly, we just had a little more time, decided to do it. We did a couple videos, enjoyed it, and really the rest is history.
Very cool, very cool. All right, so the order here is ladies first. That's how I always do my guests when there are females on. So Brie will go first, and then it'll be Vince. 42 questions, all about toy collecting. What?
I said, oh, geez, 42 questions.
Well, yeah, they're very in-depth. I wanted to make this format extremely in-depth to toy collectors. What is or was your first toy you remember having as a kid?
Probably my Cabbage Patch dolls. Yeah.
Cabbage Patch dolls for you?
Yeah, probably.
You know, I had a Cabbage Patch doll also. But, the first things I can remember were probably our Care Bears.
Oh, yeah, we had Care Bears, too.
We had all the Care Bears, the Cloud Car, everything.
My brother and I each had a Care Bear, and we slept with them.
Really?
Yeah, we have pictures of them.
Okay, I need to see those pictures.
I think everyone needs to see those pictures, so I'll have them in the post at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only Care Bear I ever cared about was Bedtime Bear, because I always wanted to just go to sleep.
Yeah, you know what? I can relate to that bedtime dare very much.
Yep. Absolutely.
I don't remember which ones we had, but my mom like picked out particular ones to fit our personalities. I do remember that.
We had, I remember the 2 stuffed animal Care Bears we had. We had Good Luck Bear, the green one, and then there was, I think it was, what was the one with the rainy cloud on it? I'm pretty sure I had the cloud one.
I don't know.
Fitting, very fitting.
Was it like Rainbow Bear or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not good with my Care Bears anymore. I just remember it being blue and it had a rain cloud on it.
I mean, really, folks, if you want to do some Care Bear research, just go on the Funko app because there's all kinds of Care Bear pops. So, bedtime bear Funko Pop is like $175 in value. I'm like, oh god,
oh yeah,
never getting that.
Yeah, there's so many of them too. I mean, if you collected them all,
whole wave came out.
Absolutely. Was there a particular adult who was supportive of you playing with toys as a kid? Was there anyone who was unsupportive?
Oh, I was going to say, my mom and dad were always super supportive. Anything we wanted, we pretty much, as long as we worked towards getting it or we got it as a gift for, birthday or Christmas, they were all behind it.
Yeah, my mom was definitely behind it. I had 3 other brothers and we had toys galore, especially back in the 90s. Some of the best toys.
Yeah, the 80s toys.
80s is what I meant. 90s. I was way too old in the 90s to be probably playing with toys, even though I still play with toys today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Good point. 80s.
Die-cast construction. It's a lost art.
Yep.
All right. What types of toys were your favorites to play with?
I'll let you go first.
I was going to say, when I was a kid, it was my Barbies. I had my Barbie house that my godfather made me. I set up every single room. It was kind of ridiculous. That's where my OCD, I think, started. There we go. That's it. I said it.
You're blaming it on that.
Yep.
Yeah, mine were Transformers, G.I. Joes, Voltron. What else? What am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting something.
Let's see. He-Man, Mask, Thundercats.
Yeah, we had all of that stuff. Thundercats, Masters of the Universe. Anybody growing up in the 80s, like if you went stereotypical, that's what we had. Star Wars figures. We had all kinds of Star Wars figures, G.I. Joes, all that stuff.
Yep, absolutely. What were your favorite childhood toys that stood out more than the others? So, like, if there was a specific, like, if Barbies were it or if Transformers was it, more so, like, which ones did you gravitate towards more, kind of thing?
Oh.
Is that a tough call for you?
That is a tough call for me. I don't even know. I'm not good at picking things. Come on now. It'd either be my dolls or my Barbies. That was what I played with all the time.
Aren't they just the same thing, though?
No. Well, you had dolls. Dolls you played with, and you played house. And then you had Barbies, that your Barbies were the ones playing house.
Oh.
So okay. That's the distinction. Okay, it's gonna be interesting. And if you think that choice was hard now, Brie, the questions just get more difficult after this.
Oh, snap.
I'm in trouble.
This is not mission difficult. This is mission impossible when it comes to toy collecting over here.
For sure. Yeah,
what about you, Vince?
If I had to go to one, I remember playing with G.I. Joes more than anything. I would say right behind that was probably Master of the Universe and Star Wars. But if I had to pick one, probably would have been G.I. Joes.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting when people say that because, and I've said this on other episodes recently, when we were kids in the 80s, our parents, whether we grew up to be this or not, wanted us to grow up to either go in the military or go into being a police officer or a fireman or EMT or whatever. Like that was the supposed dream of most 80s parents, is that they wanted their kids to go into the service life kind of thing. And G.I. Joe, as crazy as that show and that toy line was and is, I mean, it kind of, helped us along. Of course, I don't know what the percentages of people watching or playing with those toys actually went into the military, but it is what it is.
Yep.
And knowing is half the battle.
All right, so this is going to go back to the dolls versus Barbies. Do you prefer the label of action figures, dolls, toys, or other labels?
Do you have a preference?
No preference. I don't know. Toys are toys to me. Like I'm not opposed to any. I don't care what you call it. Like it's all good in my mind. It means happiness.
I'm honestly the same way. I like if people call them dolls, I don't get offended by it.
Yeah.
I go action figures, but like G.I. Joes would be action figures.
Yeah.
And
I mean, and the whole, and I say this every episode, the whole point of that question is that, when we were kids, our grandparents or aunts and uncles that didn't understand or get it here, oh, Johnny's going to go play with his dolls now. They're not dolls, Grandma. They're 6-inch action figures.
Yeah,
I was going to say, as a kid, yes.
As a kid, you know what? As a kid, though, I didn't even... Like, I would play with... My cousins would have strawberry shortcake, and I'd go over there, and I would not care. I hate to say it. I've played with Barbies as well.
Yep.
We
all have at some point, yeah.
I was going to say, we played with Motu toys when we were little, too. They were my cousins.
Yeah, I didn't discriminate.
I think anything that was around, pretty much if everybody was willing to play, everybody was willing to jump in and play with them, so...
You kind of had to back then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody else deserted to.
You didn't have a phone in front of.
You didn't have anything to say. Yeah.
Only thing we had was TV time, and half the time that was limited, so...
Saturday morning.
Yep.
That's right. Oh, boy. Good guys or bad guys? Which toys were your favorites to play with the most?
All of the above. You had to have the good guys, and you had to have the bad guys.
Yeah.
You had to.
I mean, I probably go towards the good guys more than the bad guys myself. But I like the way the bad guys looked more. So I have like an affinity to the bad guys that way, but I probably played with the good guys more. I was more the good guy than the bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, because, the good guys have to win. The good guys have to beat the bad guys.
Wouldn't make sense any other way.
Yeah, no, the world would be a much different place if everybody in the 80s loved the bad guys and preferred the bad guy, had the bad guys win.
Yeah.
What is or was your favorite toy vehicle or playset?
Ooh, my favorite toy vehicle. I had a Barbie Cadillac, and I loved that thing. I thought it was the greatest. Pink? Yes, it was pink.
Yep. I had a feeling.
It was the greatest thing in the whole entire world. The trunk open. It was so cool.
That sounds pretty awesome. Me and my brother, I remember we got this for Christmas one year. Took forever to set up. We had the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier. Like, that was next level.
Yeah.
I've seen it in a store since for sale, and I could not, I thought it was big back then, but then I realized it really is that big. Like, I thought maybe looking back as a kid, maybe it was just bigger than I thought, but that thing is gigantic, and I love it to this day.
I know a guy in Illinois that has a basement full of toys, and I don't remember what his answer was. People would have to go back and listen to that episode with my buddy Dave Draper. He has 2 of them in his basement right now. And I don't understand why. I don't remember what his answer was, like I said, but I'm like, you have 2 aircraft carriers. Why?
One's for display and one's for
No, you can't. Yes, I generally agree with that rule, but not with the air. Come on,
I don't know. Aircraft carrier. I feel like that's the perfect setup for having 2. Why have 1?
I don't know. All right. So this is a silly question, but did you and your friends ever pretend with your toys that you had? By this, I mean, did you say, I'm going to be this toy and you can be that toy? Like, Vince can be the piece of glass and Brie can be the Coke bottle or something. I don't know.
I mean, we used to play G.I. Joe around our subdivision.
Yeah.
We'd fight over who was going to be Duke and who was going to be the bad guy. So, I mean, we used to do that for sure.
Yeah. No Barbie fights, Brie?
I don't think I ever pretended like I was Barbie.
You didn't go to that level?
No, I don't think so.
Did you learn something about your husband today?
I used to pretend that I was a teacher. I used to pretend that I used to be... Oh, this is a good one. I used to pretend like I was a Hallmark worker. Apparently, I must have really, I really liked Hallmark or something. I'm not really sure.
Wow.
Yep. I used to work at Hallmark.
Interesting.
See, folks, this is why I do these, is because you learn things you never would know.
You sure do. I mean, we've been together 20 years. I never heard about the Hallmark aspirations.
Too funny.
What features define a good toy to you? How true does the item feel in comparison to the source material likeness?
For me, it's cool factor.
Okay.
I like details. I'm a detail person.
Yeah, you definitely like the real detailed, like figures, that
like
kind
the
of
little
thing.
itty bitty things that like most people will just overlook. That's what I like.
Awesome. What does toy packaging have to draw you in? So you go into, I'm just going to say Toys R Us, even though we don't have them here in the States anymore, but it's a toy store, because Walmart, Target, fine, whatever, that's where the toys are now. But, like, if you went into the toy store, you see He-Man, Voltron, Barbie, Transformers, Strawberry Shortcake, all the stuff. Like, what does the toy packaging have to draw you into a specific one over the others?
The colors. I don't know. It's like a color factor. Like, you go towards the colors that, like, draw your attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always kind of knew. I don't know if I ever paid attention to the package. I got right past the packaging, especially if you go back in the day. Like, you had the commercials. It felt like there was more toy commercials for. Maybe it felt like that because I was a kid. But
well, you had to watch commercials back in the day.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think that it was probably more that, or like pulling out the Toys R Us book. You know what I mean? And circling.
Toys R Us book was good.
Yeah. Packaging, I never paid attention. I probably still don't pay attention.
You kind of have to when you can't see the figure inside of a stupid can. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that way down the line, folks. I'm very jaded over soda. I was actually going to take a picture today before we recorded this and picture my Diet Coke can. Look, I opened a soda and I drank it.
Yes.
That's a whole other discussion we'll get to later. Do you open your toys or do you leave them packaged? If you keep toys packaged, do you have a specific criteria for this?
I was going to say, most of mine I keep packaged. Reason being, I don't want to dust them or clean them.
Yeah, you have a different motivation.
I'm just going to be honest. I love to look at them. I love to display them. I keep them in package. They're easier to dust that way.
Yeah, that's why we've kind of gravitated probably towards the Funkos more.
Yep.
But with that being said, I do have a lot of stuff out of package as well. Mm-hmm. But if I had to say it was one or the other, I'd say a packaged collector at this point. I don't play with my toys as much as I used to.
Yeah, and I think as adults, we've all, at least all of us, all the three of us grew up in the 80s and whatever else, but as adults now, how we quote-unquote play with our toys is we do a YouTube channel or we take pictures of them and then put them back. Like, it's not, we're not all sitting here hunched over in a poor excuse for a Darth Vader costume, in a starship, Oh, there's Lewis from Ghostbusters.
I don't know. There's a couple. I'm not going to go that far and say I don't.
We question in this house sometimes.
Sometimes my office is closed, and they might startle me when they walk in. But yeah, not as much as I used to.
Yeah, but it's a different thing now, where it's like we don't technically play with them, but we still. Look at them. Like right now I keep the 10-inch, the larger Funko Pops, and I only have 2 of them. I have Unicron and I have Soundwave.
Okay.
I keep those out of box because I think they look better out of box.
All of our 10-inch are out of box.
Yeah. The only other one I have out of box currently completely is because his box got damaged in my move. Is the Soup Nazi from Seinfeld, and he is currently standing on Unicron's head.
Hey, that's the best place for him.
If as a kid or an adult, you only were allowed to choose one toy franchise to collect from, which one would you choose and why? So basically, you get a choice between Transformers, Barbie, etc., which one would you choose and why?
What would be the easier question? Which child do you like more, or picking a toy?
All right, it would have to be Barbie.
If you have one, Barbie.
If I had to pick one, it'd have to be Barbie. Yeah.
If I had to pick one, I'd have to go back to G.I. Joe because I said that I played with it the most. I think I would have to go back there, even though nowadays, like, I have more affinity to Motu, Master of the Universe. Like, it's something I'd go and back and watch a little bit more now, but I'd probably still go with G.I. Joe if it was, if I had a choice growing up.
Very cool, very cool. As an adult, do you prefer vintage toys or modern toys?
Probably vintage toys.
Yeah, vintage for me. Like all of our stuff, even that we collect now, everything we collect now is to bring back from
older memories.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely vintage, I think, for both of us.
Yeah, for me, it depends. Like, yes, I love the vintage stuff, but I'm sorry, I would gladly, and I have it now thanks to a thanks to a loyal listener. I am so happy I have the Transformers Kingdom Commander Class Rodimus Prime versus the original 80s toy, because I had the original 80s toy as a kid, and the new one is like, oh, this is basically just a more detailed, updated, modern version of it. But generally, yes, I would say the vintage toys outweigh the modern toys, because sometimes the modern toys and even the vintage toys have always had quality control issues, but modern toys, more and more, I see more and more people complaining about quality control issues, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
So we've kind of already had the discussion about playing with toys, but the point of question 14 is, what is one toy you can always play with? So basically, you guys are, filming a new video or whatever, you look over to your shelf, what's the one thing that you would gravitate towards more than any other thing in your collection?
That I would still play with? Legos. I still play with Legos to this day.
Yeah, definitely. Legos would be our... Yeah, I would go with Legos. That's a good call. My brain wasn't even really going there. As I look at our Lego train set sitting right in front of us here.
I was just playing with it the other day on the
app.
With my cousin came over and her little guy was with her, and we have the Disney train. So I put the app on. It was going round and round. We played music to it. He was loving it.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. That's awesome. Even though there are always toy lines that people never purchase, are there any that you specifically and purposefully avoid? This can be a toy line, specific character, etc. So basically, it's the reverse of the other question, where you go into the toy store and you see Transformers, He-Man, Barbie, Masters of the... I already said He-Man, but like, what's the stuff you don't want, basically? What's the stuff that doesn't appeal to you?
I never really got into like Power Rangers. I think it was too old for that kind of thing. Nothing. I'd be open. We're pretty open. I'd take a look at everything.
Any cartoon that either my kids or my nieces or nephews watched over and over again that I absolutely despise.
Oh, that's like over and over? Yeah.
That's when I would walk away from those sections. I would not go to those ones. Other than that, I don't know.
Very cool, very cool. Are there toys in the past or currently that you wish you had not bought them? Are there any toys that you may have sold that you regret letting go?
Okay, I don't think you regret ever having bought anything that I bought, because, I don't regret it.
No, we've always...
Anything we wish we wouldn't have let... honestly, I was going to say, there's been some toys of mine and some toys of the kids that, like, now I'm like, oh, I kind of wish I didn't... Like, okay, for example, Matchbox cars.
Yeah.
I had a boatload of Matchbox cars. I was being nice. I gave them to my brother's girlfriend. No longer to be seen. And now I regret it. I should have kept them.
Yeah. I mean... that's pretty much it.
I have 2 Matchbox cars right now, and they're both the same thing because I thought I lost it. So I had to buy it again. Yeah. I have, was it last year? They released the Knight Rider kit in Super Pursuit mode, and I never was going to open it. And then one day I was just like, you know what? I just want to open this and just see it outside of the package. Huh?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, and So when I moved from Washington to Indiana, I was like, oh, I have no idea where this is. Let me go on Amazon and buy it again until I find it. So I have the other one over there on the counter, sitting in its package where it will stay.
Understandable. I was going to say, we have some Steamboat Willie Matchbox cars that some are out of the package, some are in the package.
Yep.
Absolutely. Awesome. It's always ironic because everyone always has a large collection, but how large or small is your toy collection? Do your toys take up the whole house, or are they relegated to one room, shelf, or something like that?
One floor. One floor of that.
I laugh.
The basement, the basement is the toy area. Like when people come down here, they're taken aback a little. It's funny, at the beginning of our YouTube channel, we had like no shelves on the wall, right?
No shelves on the wall.
We now have at least 16. I'm being conservative. Shelves.
And I said no shelves. No shelves. No shelf. Nope.
No, you came around. You
we're
came
not doing
around
that.
on
We're not
it.
doing
Yeah,
that.
you came around. You came around on it pretty good.
I changed my tune real quick.
Yes, you did.
Well, if you don't have the shelves, then they're just going to be all over the floor. I mean,
yeah. So I bet you, we got to count this up. We probably have 400 or 500 is what I would get. Funkos on display at one time.
Very cool. Very cool. How do you keep track of your collection? If you keep track of it.
We switch our stuff out. We keep our stuff. I mean, you're able to see everything.
Yeah.
And we keep most of our stuff out, but we do, like I said, we have, I'm guessing 400 or 500 on display. And then we will rotate through some of these a couple times a year, depending on season. So it's not too hard.
And say we have most of it in the computer.
Yep.
Logged. So we know what we have. Gabby's done a really good job of she gets lists together of different collections. So she starts making a list. And then she'll go through and mark off which ones we have so we know which ones we still want to buy if we want to complete that collection.
Yeah, we got family checklists that we all keep a copy of.
Yep.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, the Funko app works enough for me, I guess. Sometimes they don't list things, and I'm like, how do you not add this? And I know that Funko, and we'll talk about this later too, that they've gone through a bunch of changes over the last couple of years, et cetera, but come on, people.
Correct.
What's the point of buying a Funko Pop, trying to scan it in? They're like, oh, sorry, we can't find this. Then have your code that you scan, have it automatically add it, so then some person working at Funko doesn't have to do it.
Right.
So how do you all display your toys? Now, I've seen the videos and I've seen the basement, but I want you guys to describe this because it's crazy down there.
Yes. And you guys haven't seen behind the scene yet. We actually just filmed our whole basement, so that's going to be coming out here
room
soon.
Tour.
Yes, our room tour. We've been stringing that along for the last couple of years now. But we're finally at a point where we feel like we're not complete, because you're never complete with your collecting, because things move in and move out. But we most of ours are on shelves. I mean, we have most of our stuff. It's pretty organized. Like, I'm looking around right now. We're sitting down here. It's pretty organized the way we have everything.
Sodas are out in baseball cases, actually. And Pops are sitting on top of the baseball cases. And those are kind of stacked on the walls. Other ones are on shelves. Some of them are stacked above each other.
Like genres, basically.
Yep.
So what gets precedence?
For me, Disney.
Yeah, you have 2 to 3 of the walls down here are Disney, and then we have our ad icons that are probably our biggest collection.
Yep.
Altogether. Ad icons are probably our biggest one. Disney is probably number 2, right behind that.
Very cool, very cool. All right, so everybody is safe. The kids are safe. The pets are safe. Y'all are safe. But the house is on fire. If you could only keep one toy from your entire collection, what would it be and why?
Oh, boy.
Which one would I grab?
Oh, one toy for my whole collection?
I would probably, I'll say this but while you think about it, because I know this is going to be really
torture.
tough for you. For me, I would probably grab my Scareglow.
The hand painted Scareglow that I got you?
No, that's Skeletor.
Oh, Skeletor. Oh, my bad.
I didn't.
That's right.
I wasn't thinking of but the way you put that, it makes me feel like I should have said that one.
You should have said that one.
You know what? Maybe I'm switching my answer. I would say Scareglow, and you know what? It's not by far. It's not most valuable. Probably means the most to me. My favorite.
I don't know. It'd probably have to be something Disney. I don't even know which one I would take though.
You would just grab the first Disney you could get your hands on.
Can I take a bag and fill it full of Disney?
No, I don't think that's what the
not with this question. No, that'll be after the commercial break.
Yeah.
No, this is basically like the house is on fire, and the one thing that the insurance will not cover. What are you saving? What are you going to risk your life to run back in and save? Because that's the one thing that you absolutely know you could never get again.
Yeah, it'd have to be one of my Mickey Mouse Pops.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one. Probably the one with the castle.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Very cool, very cool. All right, folks, like I said, we're going to go to a quick ad break here to hear some stuff and other things, and maybe I'll even have Vince and Brie make an ad for their channel, and we'll be back after this.
Is it actually on?
Yeah, mine was kind of on. It's probably not, like, packaged that great. Oh, yeah, you didn't at all.
No. Okay.
Why did I get box number 8?
Because 8's the best.
Why is 8 the best? I'm trying to...
Because we were married on January 8th.
Okay, that's what... You
My
see, I
birthday
remember
is the
that?
8th month of the year.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Luca's birthday is on the 8th.
Okay, yeah, wow. Well, I was just going for the marriage thing, but I thought that would give me enough bonus points right there. I forgot about all bonus points. I forgot about all the other 8s. So we got that. There could be... It sounded like maybe there was a soda in here. This box feels pretty heavy, so I don't know how many... One thing I forgot to check, I seen how much the box was. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed value, I believe, was $65.
Okay.
But I don't know if there's 3 pops, 4 pops.
Is there any top hits?
There was top hits that I did not show you. I flash it on the screen, maybe at the beginning, and usually I put it up right now. I did not show you this time because we're rushing a little bit today. Let's just be honest with the people. You know what I mean? I didn't show you.
Today has been one of those days.
Usually, I've been showing you lately, and I did not show you. So I think there was some Batman stuff. So it was like I was doubly interested in this box. And I can't remember now. I should have showed you before, but whatever. Because there was like 5 top hits or something like that. So, okay, here we go.
Kid? Yes. Shut up.
Beyond the Night is the GCRN's latest review podcast. We are covering everything in the Knight Rider television universe, from the classic 80s TV series to the 1991 reunion film, Team Knight Rider, and the 2008 relaunch series as well. So join TFG and Mike and Dion the Music Man as they go in-depth and Beyond the Night only on Geekcast Radio Network. You can find Beyond the Night in iTunes and on www.geekcastradio.com.
Kid?
Yes, Michael.
Just keep driving.
Like science fiction? Of course you do, or you wouldn't be listening to the Geekcast Radio Network. Well, the Marku 42's Universe podcast is an award-winning sci-fi radio show that's been around for over 10 years. We cover everything from Doctor Who to the MCU to pop culture and everything in between. A new show drops on Tuesday mornings on the GCRN website and all of the major podcast platforms. So listen to the Marku 42's Universe podcast from the universe and beyond.
Hi, I'm Dan, and I'm the host of the Rock Nerd Radio Show, which airs live on HudsonRiverRadio.com every Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It also gets backed up as a podcast, which you can find on your preferred podcasting platform. Every week on my show, I talk about all kinds of pop culture. I talk about music, I talk about movies, TV, comics, collectibles, and so much more. I also feature a guest on my show periodically, which you might enjoy. I have a couple of special segments on my show, one called the Cover Song of the Week and My Favorite Thing in the World This Week. If you think this sounds cool, check it out sometime. I hope you do.
What
was that universal greeting again? Never mind, I remember. Ba weep grana, weep nitty bong.
Hey guys, it's Rodimus Primal, and be sure to check out my YouTube channel. Join me as I have Transformers discussions, retrospectives, toy reviews, and more. You can also follow me on Twitter at Rodimus Primal, as well as Facebook and Instagram at Rodimus Primal Show. Transform and roll out, and be sure to check out my content till all are one.
Last big party of the summer, folks. Let's go out with a bang.
Are you confused?
I'm confused because I'm feeling something kind of like hard stacky. Like,
can you tap on it?
It's more than a tap because it's. Do you hear what that sound is? That's not a stack tap. That's like a armor tap. I can tell the difference.
Stop.
Yeah, now what was the top hit? Why did we not look?
Vince!
They are already going to know what we got. I didn't show you it. Okay, well...
Okay.
You want me to pull this one? I'll pull this. This has got no protector on it. I think we might have got the top hit, hon.
Block it out and power on through.
Hon, I think we might have got the top hit. I will let you pull that out.
Because that felt like a hard sack. That makes me feel weird. I'm scared now. Why do I... Man. Oh my gosh.
Why did I not pull this picture back up?
Vincenzo.
Okay, what is it?
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, dang. Hon, forget value. Do you know how bad...
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Holy rusted metal, Batman!
Huh?
Oh, man.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, no,
Whoa.
Hun, I knew kind of how much this was when I seen the face of it, because this is a pop I would have absolutely loved to get.
Wow.
I would have loved to got, and we got. Wow. Wow. Did you showed it off? I didn't even look. I am speechless.
He's speechless, guys.
Guys, I just wanted to support their trip, quite honestly. I wasn't expecting anything. This is amazing. I don't really know what wow, okay.
Wow.
Hun?
That was kind of an amazing day already here. Like...
What do we do? Do we check the value? We might as well check the value.
Alright, let's check it.
How about our sodas? Yeah, bring... Okay. You know, we had a 1 in 14 chance, which I guess is not good. Our lucky number 8 came through for once, because whenever I pick the numbers, it never goes well for us, ever. But it did today.
It did.
That's pretty amazing. I'm still kind of in disbelief right now. This was one of those pops. I didn't know if I'd ever own it. I wanted to own it, but I didn't know if I'd ever own it. So we found these stickers, and let's show this off real quick. So,
did your hands finally stop shaking? Vince's hands, he's tracking the prices and his hand is like shaking.
You know why? Listen, we buy boxes from the community all the time. Like, we've done this for almost 3 years now. And we've done okay here and there. Honestly, I just want to do it to support. We've pulled a couple top hits from the boxes before. That might have been my favorite one that we've ever pulled.
One of the primary themes of Toycast is that we focus on times past. We are who we are today because of the nostalgic memories and experiences from our childhood. Obviously, we wouldn't be doing this podcast if it weren't for the toys that make us so addicted to nostalgia. Times Past Collectibles in Chicago, Illinois is your primary go-to collectibles store to reclaim the toys that drove those memories and experiences. Specializing in action figures from all of your favorite toy lines like Star Wars, G.I. Joe, He-Man, Transformers, Silverhawks, Ghostbusters, TMNT, Mask, and more. Get your dose of nostalgia with a shop run by collectors for collectors. Whether you are looking for loose G.I. Joe, Ice Cream Soldier, a packaged Leonardo, recent Star Wars Black Series figures, or an AFA-graded Boba Fett, Times Past Collectibles is bringing you back to your childhood. Visit the shop at 1450 North Ashland Ave in Chicago, just 2 blocks south of Ashland and North Ave. Call the shop at 847-830-1031 or email timespastcollectibles1982@gmail.com. You can also find them on Facebook. Just search Times Past Collectibles because, folks, it's past time that you get your collectibles.
And we're back.
We are back with the Poppin Duo, Vince and Brie, here on Toycast. All right, question 21. You already alluded to it, Brie. Here's the Toy Box Challenge. You get one 18 by 18 by 18 box, and I assume this is inches. I don't know. My buddy Josh made this question up. Only toys you can keep have to fit in the box. What can you pack into it?
My Disney Funkos.
You can pack all of them into that?
No.
Okay. So which ones would you put in first over the others?
My Mickey Mouse and my Haunted Mansion.
The Pop Town?
Can I fit all that
Is
in
that
there?
what you're taking? You hate the large pops, and that's what you're taking?
My Mickey Mouse and my Haunted Mansion ones. I don't know.
Oh, your Haunted Man. Oh, all of your Haunted
Mansion. Okay.
I mean,
not the
can
Pop
I
Town.
overflow the box? Does the box have to be sealed? I
No, it's just
I don't
can
like
fit.
to, like, go inside the box per se.
I mean, if you want things that, it's up to you. I mean, whatever you can fit. Like, it doesn't, you don't have to have the lid on it, but I don't think anyone wants to walk down the street after their house burns down with a box of toys that is overflowing and you can't manage it. But it is what it is. What about you, Vince?
Me, I would grab as many as my Masters of the Universe pops that I could fit. And I'd probably start with the older ones. Skeletor, He-Man, who am I thinking of right now? Hordak. I'd probably grab Webster.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be close to probably filling up the box at that point. Obviously, I'd grab my Square Glow as well. And if I could grab any other ones and make them fit, overflowing or not, I would do that as well.
Very cool, very cool. So, I've had a lot of Funko Pop people on lately, and I'm hoping to have a few more on in the future. And we kind of buried this question on purpose because most of the toy collectors I've talked to really aren't fans, but question 22, are you a Funko fan? Well, duh.
We are a little bit.
Yes.
So what was the first thing about Funko that you each liked?
When we first started collecting, I think that, and I'm kind of speaking for you here, we started collecting the mystery minis. Honestly, I think it's probably why we started liking the sodas as much as we did. We really started collecting the mystery minis because we liked the idea of getting...
We had Disney mystery minis and Vinylmations were like the first.
That's a good point. Our first collection, probably when the kids were... How old were they?
2 and 4.
2 and 4. We first started with Disney Vinylmations the first time that we went down to Disney World. Mm-hmm. And those were very similar to the Funko Mystery Minis. Mm-hmm. And it kind of was the gateway from Vinylmations. We went to Mystery Minis, we went to Funko Pops, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I think that's kind of where we started and what we liked about it.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, they've done some interesting things over the years, both with Pop and out of Pop, and I cannot get behind sodas. I just can't.
Sodas are one of those things. People, you know what? You're not the first person I've heard say that. They're one of those things you either love, and I think it, like I said, I think with us, we kind of started with the mystery minis first, so we already liked that aspect of it. And the chase aspect of it. And when you're a Funko Pop collector, you realize real quick, especially if you keep them in the box, how much room they take. So the sodas are a nice alternative, let's call it, even though we collect both pretty simultaneously. Yeah. But what's your hesitation on sodas?
Well, okay, so all right, perfect. It's right here to my left, and it was a gift from Beard of Pop. So I have Blacklight, Kate Bishop, only at Target with Lucky. So, looking at a Funko Pop, I can see the figure in the box. But most of the boxes, most of them now, have
unique designs or have like Blacklight specifically. It's not your traditional white Funko box, obviously.
Right.
You can see the figure inside. With a soda, it's a can with art that I love the art on the cans of what figure could potentially be inside, because the sodas, like you mentioned, are also all about the chase. And I am sorry, I am not bankrupting. There are certain chases I like, but there are certain regular, just common Funko Pops that are better. Specifically, KFC, the Colonel. That chase is so stupid. It's him with a cane, whereas the original common is him with a If you want an ad icon of Colonel frickin' Sanders, you want him holding a bucket of chicken, not caning people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my hesitation with sodas, is that I would have to open them to see the figures. I would have to keep the figures. Like I said, I currently have 3, and 2 of them are oversized, But with Pops, it's like, oh, this is cool. If I want to take it out of the box, I can take it out of the box. But if I don't want to take it out of the box, I can just admire it in the box, and it's cool. But with sodas, you can't do that. So that's my hesitation with it. Now, I will say... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no. Go for it. Go for it.
So the last thing I'll say is that the only thing that I like about sodas now is, because I think they're a cool way to collect them, is the 3 liters. Now, I'm not going to go crazy with the 3 liters, but I have always, when it comes to Funko Pops, it's always been characters that I gravitate towards, or colors that I gravitate towards. So with 3 liters, I blame Jim. It's all damn Rock and Roll's fault.
I blame Jim for a lot of things.
We blame him for everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. But I went ahead and I grabbed the 3-liter Maleficent. I don't care about hunting for the chase. I'll go broke hunting for a damn chase. And the chase of her is just added flames. That doesn't matter to me. But that...
Oh, Mike, you got to see Maleficent in person.
The 3-liter?
No, yeah.
Oh, it's pretty.
I've seen videos of you guys. I've seen videos of Jim doing it. I've seen Slapshot Pops doing it. I've seen, Trist Top Pop. I've seen everybody doing it. Hence why I bought the damn thing. I even sent Jim a message and I said, oh, by the way, this is all your fault. Because I bought it and I'm just waiting. As of this recording, I'm waiting on it to get here. But the reason why I like 3 liters over the regular size soda is they don't look like tiny chibi. That dragon is huge. It's like a 6-inch pop. It's like, there's more detail to it. Whereas the regular tiny sodas, they try to, and they do the best job they can. And I'm not trying to criticize any of the sculptors or anybody that works on them, but they do the best job they can to squeeze in as much detail as they can into these tiny, sodas. Ugh.
Not your bag. No. You know what? The sodas, so for me, I think some of the reasons why you don't like them is the reason I do like them. I like that you have to take them out of the can and display that. Sometimes I wish I wasn't an inbox collector, but at the same time, dusting is one, I'm the same way. I would not want to take all of these out of the box, forget value or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't be able to keep them all out. But the way we're able to display our sodas, you get the best of both worlds, in our opinion. And we display the cans with it. The reason I don't like the 3 liters is, again, the opposite back the other way. The 3-liter bottle is too huge for us. There's no way I could display that. And
I don't have a place to put them where they won't get dust on them.
Right.
And I'm not dusting them all.
Right.
It's not happening.
No, that's why we have those. We just have a couple that we leave out. Like, most of our stuff
is like the 10-inch pops. You love them. They look great.
They're easier to dust, though, because they're bigger.
But I don't want to dust it all.
I'm right there with you.
I have a suggestion for the bottles. Take Maleficent, please. If you're gonna, keep her out of the bottle, you put her on a shelf or you put her on whatever you're gonna put her on. You take the bottle, you close it back up, and you put it in the bottom drawer of the refrigerator.
You would need.
It may not be in the refrigerator, but it is put away.
Those bottles are a lot bigger than I thought they would be. But
They're huge.
If people can display those too, that's great. But it's the beauty of it. It's the beauty of collecting. Like I said, everything that you don't like them for, we like them for. And I think that's kind of the beauty of Funko.
Yep.
You know, they've got some stuff that I could care less about, but other people love them. And then there's other collectibles out of that, or certain lines. Like the black light's a good example. I don't care for the black light, but other people want every single one of them. So, and I kind of love that about it. I love that there's a range of people loving this and not loving that, but you're able to still kind of come together and talk about all those different things and what you like and don't like about them.
Yeah, and it goes back to their slogan. Everyone is a fan of something.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect slogan for it. And generally, I don't like the black lights either. There have only been 2, maybe 3, 2. Besides Kate Bishop, I've seen 2 other ones that I absolutely love, and I actually bought another one, which would be. But yeah, I'm not out to collect, because what is it the Falcon one? Some of them have blue faces, and I'm like, oh God, what is going on with those colors? Like, oh God.
Yeah, we got out of the Marvel ones pretty quickly. And then I just didn't collect a lot of the other ones. I mean, I have a couple still, but then the horror ones started coming out, and I didn't realize my daughter had them up in her room, and she has the black light on them like all the time during the Halloween season.
Halloween, yeah.
They look amazing.
They do.
If you got the right way to display them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did a short on all of the Nightmare Before Christmas, like the mini ones from the calendar that someone had sent us as a gift, and they look so cool in black light because they're kind of like that scary, creepy, and like the lighting's creepy on them, and that looks awesome.
Yeah,
I will say black light, hands down. Though that's the best kind of way to display them. If you're gonna have them, you have to display.
You got to have them displayed the right way. Yep.
It's funny you all mentioned that, because last episode's guest, Michael Osceola, I told him about this whole, like, I'm not really that into the overall of the black lights, and he's like, well, if you like that one, why don't you just get, because I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, I live by myself, I have plenty of wall space, at least so far, because I haven't actually hung up any pictures or anything like that yet, but he's like, oh, just take a wall, buy about 50 of them, buy a couple of purple black lights, and just shine them on Kate Bishop. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I don't know if I want a wall of... I love the pop. I do. I love it, and I love that I have one of them. I don't know if I want 50 Kate Bishops with Lucky with a giant black light.
Wallpaper?
Yeah, no thanks. On that one.
There you go, Funko. Make blacklight wallpaper. You do everything else. You do pop pins. Like the pop pins. If I wanted, I would want those as magnets, not pins.
Yeah,
like, take the same design that they are, but make it a magnet instead of a pin.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that's coming, and I wouldn't be surprised on the wallpaper. They announced last year that they were doing wrapping paper.
Yes.
They did not.
Oh, yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
So, my.
Wallpaper. Hey, we're almost there, really. If
now,
you look at
why
our
do I
walls
feel
right
the
now,
need to go out and find this wrapping paper now all of a sudden?
We're going to have to find it this year. We got our first ornaments.
They started last year with the wrapping paper, and now they're like, hey, by the way, we're going to be teaming up with Hallmark, and you're going to get ornaments. You can get a Optimus Prime ornament. I'm like, I don't even have a Christmas tree. Leave me alone.
Well, my Skeletor ornament will be hanging proudly on my Christmas tree.
It was on
and Optimus might be coming right behind that.
Yeah, you saw that the other day at the store.
Yes, I did.
We're looking for Halloween costumes, and Vince is by the ornaments looking at Optimus. I'm like,
I saw him in the store. Yeah, I got lost in Walmart.
Yeah, apparently the wrapping paper is, I think it's a Walmart. Why would it be a Walmart exclusive? But yes, it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I need to go to Walmart. That's why they do it. People like me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like almost every day Karen and I were, even if we didn't need to go, we would just go and I don't know, it's weird. Walmart's crazy. All right. What was the most money you spent on a toy?
What is the most? It would definitely be a Funko Pop. What is the most I have spent so far?
I was going to say, it's not going to be me, not even close.
No, it's definitely not. No, I'm cutting you right out because I know you. Yeah, you definitely aren't the one that probably spent the most. I've never made a well, it depends on what you consider gigantic on a piece of plastic, I guess.
So the most money, basically, like if you're paying over $100 for a figure, that's like the most. Like anything over that is, like.
Yeah, tell us, Vince.
What is it?
Well, how much have you spent?
We've got to listen. More than a couple will qualify for the over the 100. Yeah. Nothing above 500. And I honestly, I don't think I've ever spent 300. I think probably the most I've ever spent on one item so far, and I would have to probably rack my brain a little bit. It actually might be something we haven't opened yet, but it's here. Just I'm breaking this to Brie right now.
Yeah, you like how he breaks these things to me?
I would say it was.
Oh, by the way,
you know what? It was probably $250 or less, $250 or less. I don't think I've spent any more than that on one single item. So it's not crazy. Well,
I'm
crazy.
Some people.
I'm not going to be getting this, but I'm glad he's gone down in value because the last time I looked at the Purple Haze Jimi Hendrix Funko Pop, he was over $4,000. He's now at $660 according to $660 in the Funko app.
Really?
Yeah, he's gone down in price
a lot.
Yeah, because and it's funny because a lot of the ones that end up like what it took them forever to add the Funko whatever one that was Prince Adam. I forget which the Freddie Prince Adam that they just I forget which convention that was.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But
I think it was like maybe 2016.
Yeah. No. It was this year. It was the Freddie is.
Oh, the Prince Adam, not the He-Man. The Prince Adam.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever convention that was, I think that was. Oh no, it was their Blacklight Battle convention thing. Whichever one that was. What is crazy to me is I don't think they have added any of the mascots. Like a lot of these pops that people talk about that are over $1,000 in value, they're not even listed on the app.
Honestly, we never use the Funko app because of that. We only use HobbyDB and Pop Price Guide because of that. The Funko app has been, for years. It's got some value to it. Like I like some aspects of it, but we don't use it for cataloging our collection at all because of that. They're not. You would think that the company that's producing it would be, but they're getting their information from Pop Price Guide anyway or HobbyDB. Yeah. So that's definitely the one that we use. And usually there's still some, you're not going to find 100% accuracy in there either, but they're definitely better than the Funko app.
Yeah. So on the flip side of the most expensive, and this will probably be a Brie answer, I think, because she's the deal maker. What was the cheapest toy you bought, or what was the best deal you got for a figure?
Let's see.
Best deal.
I don't know. I paid like less than $5 for a couple of them.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like if we. I don't know why, for whatever reason, it's popping in my brain. I'm sure there's other things too, but the clown from the train, the ghost clown, Funko Pop.
Oh, okay.
We got for retail. We got it for $15 off the Funko shop. And I think that's like $160 now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good deal for us because it's one that we're keeping.
Yep.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. What modern and or vintage toys are you collecting right now outside of Funko?
I like Disney Legos. That's my go-to.
Yeah, you've been getting the Loungefly bags, which I wouldn't necessarily call those toys, but you and Gabby are big into Legos.
Yeah.
As much as me, if not more. You guys build more.
We probably like them more than you do.
You guys have built more sets over the last 5 years than I have by far. So. And then for me, I'll collect anything Masters of the Universe or Marvin the Martian. Like if I see little figures come out or something like that, I'll pick them up of both of those.
Yeah, him and his Illudium Pew 32 space modulator.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Marvin. I actually have I used to be able to do the voice. I have a buddy of mine that can do the voice pretty good, too. But there's nobody like Mel. May the man rest in peace, as he has been for years now.
Yes.
Do you visit toy shows or conventions? When you visit toy shows or conventions, do you have a typical methodology? Do you bring a certain amount of money for what you're searching for, etc.?
We do. We do both. Do we have a method to our madness when we...
No, it's just madness.
It really is, right?
And look and see if there's something we
No
like
game
or
plan.
we can find. Yeah, typically no game plan.
Which is the exact opposite of everything. Like the way we attack everything else in life is the exact opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm just thinking, this is a revelation
We're very
right now.
calculated with everything we do, except for Funkos, apparently.
Yeah, Funko Pops. And toy collecting is. Yeah, we're just. Yeah, you're right.
That's
we're not
where
calculated.
we're semi-frivolous, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yes.
What do you think it is about our generation that causes our childhood toys to mean so much more to us than, say, for instance, our parents' generation?
Do you mind if I answer this? I have a theory behind this.
Go for it. I have no clue.
I feel like it's not overconsumed like the way everything is now. Like back in the day, like G.I. Joe would come out, and from what I remember, in the morning, I could watch it before school. And maybe that was when I was younger. But other than that, like cartoons, like Looney Tunes, and even like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like early 90s, you couldn't just get access to all this stuff.
Yeah, right. But in comparison to our parents' age.
Well,
like,
our parents' age.
Cartoons.
Oh, to our parents' age?
Really?
I was talking to my kids' age. I didn't listen to your question that great, Mike. Okay, you know that about me. To our parents, you know what? Did they have? I don't think it was commercialized before us.
There wasn't. There weren't as many ads. There wasn't as many cartoons on TV.
Don't you feel like we were marketed to way higher?
Oh, yeah.
Like in the 80s?
Oh, yeah.
Then, I mean, I wasn't around in the early 70s or early 60s or anything like that, so I wouldn't know. But I think maybe we were just marketed to more.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Between the shows lining up with the TVs, or the shows lining up with the toys.
And they made a huge deal out of, like, Saturday morning cartoons. So, like, Saturday morning cartoons, everybody dropped everything, and every kid was sitting in front of their TV watching cartoons on Saturday morning.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I think that's maybe the reason why the younger generation, and you know what, maybe the younger generation is going to be tied to this stuff when they get older, but maybe that's why the older generation's not. They just weren't marketed to as hard.
Yeah.
And now kids can watch it anytime, every time, and I don't think it means much.
Yeah.
Not the same.
And the thing with the current generation, like with y'all's children, it's like, 40, 50 years from now, those iPads batteries are going to give out. You're going to need something, in physical form, of course, 40 or 50 years from now, Apple might just insert something into our heads to just have InVision iPad. You just have to buy a wire.
Yeah.
Wire that costs maybe $1,000, but it's just a wire. We're all going to end up in the Matrix, folks. We really are.
I think we're heading there. I mean, look at just to bring back into the Funko talk, you got the NFTs that they've released now.
Oh.
You're already starting to get to that point. Now, I don't think that that's going to catch on for a collectible type of thing. But 15 years from now, 10 years from now, who says that that's where everybody's going to be collecting everything?
It's a younger kids type generational thing.
Right.
Yep.
The horror, just the horror of the. Look, I have to say this every episode, but I just want the damn Pop. I don't care if it's a game. Well, I kind of do. I have an issue with GameStop nowadays. Their sticker should not look like a damn stop sign.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I don't like your new sticker.
Yeah, but like specifically to the NFTs, I don't care about most of them. But they put some of the Transformers characters in NFTs, and I'm like, damn it, I just want I want that 6-inch Devastator. I want the gold Optimus Prime. I want the Hot Rod. Why are you putting that behind something that's fake that I can't actually have in my physical hand?
Yeah, it's basically a good way for them to sell a lot of stuff to get to. Yeah, it kind of sucks the way that it has to happen, but
yeah,
I get their point on it.
You got to figure it's kind of like video games though nowadays. If they can do it all digitally, they never actually have to physically make anything or put any money into making anything, and they sell it.
Yeah,
it's the
they
same
gotta
concept.
make some, but yeah, you're right.
God, I feel like we're all in Lawnmower Man 2, and this is all virtual reality. Yikes. Yep. Oh, boy. So what is your motivation for purchasing toys? To display, play, fiddle, describe your collecting style. Are you a completionist, a storyteller, cherry picker, or otherwise?
I am a completionist.
We are, yeah, we definitely are completionists. But we complete lines and like... Yeah, we're completionists and we're display. I mean, we don't really play with anything for the most part. So everything's display, and yeah, we'll collect sets. Like we'll have we got Moana, we've got I could start looking around the room here.
Ad icon.
Our ad icons, which that's kind of almost impossible to be completionist with, but our Pac-Man set over there. So yeah, we're more set collectors.
Yeah, and you're only collecting the stuff that you're not collecting. If you don't like something, why would you buy a toy of it? Like,
right.
Exactly.
Have you ever purchased a toy for a child with the ulterior motive of playing with it yourself?
We're both going to say yes, right? We bought the kids Legos when they were way too little to play with Legos, right? I mean...
Not going to lie, I might have bought Legos when my kids were probably way too little to play with Legos. Actually, no. Duplo Legos were the best because that was like they were able to play with them, but I still really just wanted to build them. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Legos. We've justified some purchases with the kids in mind.
Yeah.
So yes, I would definitely say that we both are guilty of that.
And let's just be honest. Now I don't even try to say it's for the kids. I just buy it for myself.
You do.
Have you ever purchased a vintage toy for a child because you thought it would be fun based on your own preferences?
That I don't think so. I don't think that we have. I
don't think they'd appreciate it. So no.
I want to go back to the earlier question. Now that we're talking about this,
oh boy.
The most expensive thing that we ever bought was the Disney castle that's sitting in the other room right now. And you bought that.
I might have. Listen, I tried to find a deal for 2 years. I couldn't.
We found
So it's just really.
That was probably the most expensive toy that we ever bought.
But it'll be displayed though. So
it will be displayed. Whenever we get
I'm still trying to figure out who's going to dust it.
It might take another 3 years to find the time to build it, but
in 3 years we're going to have. That's what you need, Brie. That's what Roomba needs to do. Instead of doing the robot vacuums, they need robot dusters.
Yes.
Oh, if they had that,
man,
it'd be all over down here.
Yeah, I'm in.
Come on, Roomba, get on it. All right, where are we? Okay. Do you do any toy modifications or customs, painting, building dioramas?
I have.
Yep, you have. Not me.
No, you're not.
I'm not creative like that. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, customs. I've done a handful of them. Yeah. I feel like they've turned out okay.
And you've done a really good job on them.
Yeah, they're all right.
He's very artistic. He doesn't give himself credit for like how artistic he actually is, but he's done a really good job with them. I think he could sell them, but it's just trying to find the time to do it.
You know what?
We've done them for charity mostly.
We've done them for charity. I've only kept one. Everything else we've auctioned off for charity. I think. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So with that and the artistic, I have to ask, where did the channel logo come from? What's the story behind the Poppin Duo channel logo?
The logo, I did the logo 100% myself.
Uh-huh.
And Brie and Gabby are the ones, I'll give you guys the credit. You guys came up with the name.
Yeah.
Because I remember we were going through all kinds of names and my names were way worse.
Yeah.
You guys came up with that name. I'm like, and at that point we didn't.
At that time it was just Vince and Gabby really that were doing it.
It was a different duo at that time.
And then Luca and I kind of jumped on board a little bit later after we started realizing there was things that we liked and we appreciated. So
right. But why why the shark bullet? Because it looks like a shark bullet.
So the shark bullet, It's a play on, we are
Military.
so we support a military charity pretty much. Our logo right from the get-go was red, white, and blue. And as the channel developed and we started to gain some followers and that kind of thing, really back before we even had 1,000 subscribers, we used to do charities every month that we could raise. And we were raising like $30, $50 a month. You know,
We still do it.
We still
every
do
month.
it.
It's
So
just
through our Patreon program, we donate a portion of all of the money that is pledged to us. We donate partial of that, partial of our YouTube money. We do charity dog tags during our auctions, usually once a month as well. And we'll pick a different military charity. So that's a long way to say that we're trying to stay kind of military themed with everything that we do. So the bullets kind of throw back to like the pin art of the pinup art from like back in the 70s, that kind of thing with the bombs that used to have like the shark tooth faces to it and that kind of thing. So that's where that ties in with.
Very cool. Very cool. Do you think toy companies should specifically have adult collector toys, child toys, or find a way to mix both?
all of the above.
Yeah, I feel like some of it they kind of do. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stuff that I could see kids being into that adults are going to collect, and you know, Funko Pops are a great great thing right there, because both of our kids have their own collections, but they also like some of the stuff that we collect. We like some of the stuff that they collect. So it's, I mean, family wise, it's been a great way to just kind of interact with all of our, all of our
different interests.
Yeah, it's been kind of cool.
Very cool. Very cool. Do you have a "my parents got rid of my toys" story?
I've got the opposite. My mom, like, if I didn't tell her to get, it's my own, I'll blame 100% myself. She tried to give me my toys back probably 1,200 times, and she saved everything. I did finally get a big bag of our Star Wars stuff, but it was, I think, from when my brothers were younger, because it was from like the mid 90s. It wasn't like the original Star Wars stuff, which, man, do I wish I had that. So
let's just say though, Vince's little brothers, some of the stuff just never made it past them. So there wasn't a chance for it to be gotten rid of before it was gotten rid of, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
Some of the toys were destroyed.
Oh,
destroyed.
Yeah. I'm sure mine were destroyed too. And probably why I didn't keep them. It's not like I kept, no, we played with everything. So.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't know. I kept everything until I didn't want it anymore, and then I got rid of it. And I don't know, Barbies and stuff like that, they've evolved in how they look. So I don't even think my kids would like them or want them or.
Yeah, Gabby was never into
She liked Barbies for a very short period of time.
Very
it wasn't anything she like majorly got into. So.
No.
Yeah, I don't know with Barbies, and with maybe, like you guys said, for me, toys have always been not a generational thing, but it's always been a timeline of like, I remember there's one picture of me as a kid where I have, I've told this story before, but y'all haven't heard it. I have the original 1982 Castle Grayskull. I have the Mask the opposite of the Thunderhawk, so the Mask Raven car parked next to it with Dick Tracy, Captain Planet, James Bond Jr. Like, I had all these various things. So for toy lines, for me, it's like an evolution of a timeline. So Masters of the Universe was 82 to 85 with the toys. Transformers was 80. Well, it's still going on, but the original Generation 1 stuff was 84 to 87, 88. Yep. You know, Turtles was, Turtles, even though it's still going today, it was like 87 to 96 or whatever kind of thing. So it's always been an evolution of, this, play with that, play with this, play with that. So,
Yep.
And because I come from divorced parents, I kept most of the heroes at my mom's house, and the villains went to my dad's house. Of course, that didn't really work out in my favor since he sold the Snake Mountain I had.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, $600 without a microphone. No thanks.
Yeah, no.
I understand why they took it out. Yeah. I understand with the new Snake Mountain why they took it out, and I liked that they took it out, but yeah, If you're trying to have people relive their childhood, they need that microphone.
Yeah, it's a must.
Yeah. Do you feel you're coming to the end of your active collecting? If so, what has signified this phase for you? Was there ever a moment when you were done with toys altogether?
No, I think we're still all in.
We're in the midst of it right now. We have we have fun doing the YouTube channel as well, but I mean honestly, like it's not just for
I think sometimes it's the thrill of the chase of trying to find it even.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like we have a good time with it still. We don't do it just for YouTube. Like we're actual collectors. Like
I'm not saying I wouldn't have people on here for just the fact that they were doing a YouTube channel.
Right. No, well, exactly. No, we're definitely we're in the midst of it. Let's put it that way. We're definitely not we're not close to the end, I don't think, at this point at all. We still are having a lot of fun with it.
I wouldn't have let you turn my basement into what it is.
You know what? That's 100% correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear what she just said? Quote, I will not let you turn my basement.
Uh-huh.
What were you going to do with the basement if it didn't turn into the Poppin Duo studio?
Before it turned into Funko threw up all over the basement, it was a hockey basement. That's how we met. That's love. He loves it. It was kind of like a man cave in a way, and I was really, really good with that, to be honest.
She was actually more, 100% you were. I had jersey. I have framed jerseys and artwork all down here.
Mm-hmm.
She was partially upset, not partially. You were pretty upset that stuff was coming down.
I was really upset.
You're probably
let's not sugarcoat it. I was like, excuse me, you're taking the hockey jerseys down?
Why are you taking the hockey jerseys down?
No, that's my hockey. That's mine. Why are you taking that down? Don't touch my stuff. What are you doing?
Your stuff.
Some of it was mine.
Yeah. Okay. But now it's ours, and now it's ours.
There's still a hockey jersey up. It's a Pop Force One hockey jersey.
We've got one jersey.
So the next new video coming for Christmas, you guys are going to be, skating into the camera, right?
We're thinking no to that. We'll leave that to John and Slapshot Pops. He's a better skater. I can already listen. I play goalie, so I can already tell he's a better skater than me. I will fly right into the camera.
And I played no rules hockey where you could trip people, so I don't know how much.
Oh no! You played street hockey. Oh god!
That was So
that's awesome. Yeah, there's not enough hockey talk online. I mean, I know there is, and I'm sure there's plenty of certain groups and things like that, but I don't know. I'm going to get their story eventually, but when I found John and Joanna, I was like, oh, they're in Boston. I was born in Stoughton. I grew up an hour and a half south of Boston in Kingston. So Boston sports are everything. And those Bruins, man, whew.
Yep.
And I can't find anybody on any of these Funko Pop purchases. I don't care if it's Whatnot or Mercari or eBay. I cannot find anyone that has an entire Boston Bruins Funko Pop set because Funko doesn't. They're like, oh, these are NHL Pops. Like, please just like the YouTube thing with the whole channel sort thing, and give me more filters. Give me a thing where I type in Boston Bruins into the Funko app. It's like, oh, what?
Yeah, some of that stuff it gets a little wonky.
Yeah, very, very wonky. What is something that does not have a toy of it you would love to have in toy form?
Something that doesn't have a toy form that I'd like in toy form.
We've been asked like similar questions like this before, and I don't know. I can't even remember what my answer would have been. You know what? I'll just go off of. I'm going to go back to the Funko stuff that we collect. That I would like to see. We collect all of the myths, the mythical creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see more of those turned into Funko Pops because I feel like they got away from those. So I'd like to see more of those.
What about you, Brie?
I have no clue.
Are you drawing
I'm drawing a blank here. I don't know.
Would you like to tag team onto my myths? No, you won't even do that.
Yeah, that's cool.
You'd rather say no answer than get behind my answer. I get how that works.
Ladies and gentlemen, marriage counseling 101.
We just are we
agree to disagree.
We agree to disagree sometimes. Absolutely.
And I say this every episode. I mean, there have been plenty of toys of this character that I'm going to mention, but going back to question 34 about stopping or whatever, I can safely say, even though there are currently right now, there are so many Funko Pops that I actually want that have come out that I don't have because I don't have the money to get them all kind of thing. But like, I could safely say that I would stop buying Funko Pops if they made Alf. All as they have to do is make Alf, and I will be happy.
Alf. Do they have...
And now that they know that, they're never going to make it.
It's so funny because they're like, right before I tweet, because every so often it's like, oh, ask, hashtag ask Funko, ask us stuff on Twitter or wherever. And I asked them about that. Like, we can neither confirm nor deny. And I'm like, oh, well, at least it's not a no. But it's like, it would be the super, they already have the Wacky Wobbler. Why don't they? I don't get it. It is what it is. What is a toy you'd love to have scaled up and functional for the real world?
Oh, sheesh. I don't know. These questions are getting tough here.
Yeah, that's a tougher one. What would you want scaled up?
I have no clue.
Are you looking around the basement right now trying to get like ideas?
I mean, would it not be pretty awesome to have a scaled up Transformer that like actually turns into a car?
Hon, I think you just knocked that question out of the park. I'll be honest with you.
But that's one thing I can think of.
Yeah, I would love a real life Transformer.
Like a real life Bumblebee.
I would like to hop up right in Optimus Prime's chest. And
right?
Yes, you know what?
That's my answer.
You killed it. I'm taking your answer. I love that. I can get behind that answer.
The insurance premiums would be a nightmare, though.
Oh, it would be horrendous, I'm sure, but I would love it.
Absolutely. All right, folks. This is question 37 in a row. And since you're both here, I don't know how I'm going to reword this, but how have your spouses, significant others, mates, partners, etc. dealt with your collection?
Doesn't say we're on board. I mean, I wasn't necessarily against it from the beginning. I just wasn't on board with it per se. Like, I guess I didn't understand what he was doing or what he was getting into and what Gabby was getting into. And I'm like, oh, they're having fun, whatever. Like, I'm good with it.
Right.
Now I actually enjoy, like, seeing his face or her face or Luca's face when they open up something that they really wanted or really liked. Like, it makes me happy to see them happy.
Yeah, and you've always been pretty supportive. I mean, you weren't supportive with, like, decking the walls down here.
I didn't want my basement turned into a bunch of Funkos,
exactly.
But, hey.
But you know what? You've always been supportive, and I've been supportive of your lounge flies. But really, how could I not be supportive of your lounge flies? I mean, I look around here, and so you've gotten into lounge fly collecting.
I use mine every single day. It is my purse.
And I enjoy them for the same reason you enjoy the other stuff.
Exactly.
You get enjoyment out of it, and I enjoy that.
Yeah. So do you switch them out, Brie, or do you just use one lounge fly at a time?
I switch them out. I was going to say, depending on however I'm feeling, like if a certain holiday is coming up, I might switch it to like for Halloween, I switch it to a more Halloween type bag. And like now I have my Mickey Mouse lounge fly that I bought when I was down in Disney just this past September. Gabby has one of the other ones that she's using. So we change it out periodically.
Yeah, you guys change them up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. Toy collecting can have its struggles. What is one aspect that you tend to struggle with the most?
I mean, I think what we probably struggle with the most is probably because, and this is YouTube's fault, because we do a YouTube channel and we open up mystery boxes, having to cycle through that stuff, because if I didn't have to sell any of the stuff, I'd prefer it. But at the same time, we have fun collecting that way because we're able to get stuff that we
wouldn't get any other way.
We wouldn't have got. We get to enjoy that, even if it's only, there's things that we open that we really enjoy, but they only stay with us maybe for a week or two. But it's cool to have it, look at it, and then have to sell it. So I think just the constant shuffling, but that's part. It's work, but it's kind of part of the fun too. Like with that work, you're getting the enjoyment of, being able to see these things, maybe keep them in the collection. We've kept stuff for a couple months before, and then we realize, you know what, it doesn't maybe fit, and we're going to have to move this. So sometimes it's just management. It takes up a lot of space, so it's just management of moving stuff around. I think that's the biggest drawback for us.
On average, how many things from any of the mystery boxes that you buy are still in your collection now?
That are in our collection now? We've built, I bet you we have, out of our collection now, I bet you it's 60 or 70% that have come from mystery boxes. Doing this for almost 3 years now, a lot of it has come from mystery boxes. We've also bought a lot, and we've also sold a lot. We've had stuff that we thought we were going to collect. Right, like I'll go back to I'm going to just say it again because I've said it a couple times before. Like I collected all the Venom line right from the beginning. Well, that Venom line now is over. I want to say it's over 50 pops deep, and I'm at the point I'm not collecting Venom pops anymore. So I have to start moving them out just because. And I loved them. And I got, and some of them were retail, some of them were through mystery boxes, but your taste change, and we are kind of completionists. I know I'll never complete that line because I have no desire to have 60 Venoms as every single Marvel character ever created. So, you kind of switch things up. So, but we've kept a lot of it.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I can't do mystery boxes. I need to, I want to go into a store and say, or go online and say, this is what, we were talking about the Funko sodas earlier, and this month I was able to purchase, and I only grabbed them because, and I don't have any Jordans yet, but I have the NBA shop version of Larry Bird, so it's the home jersey, it's the green jersey Larry Bird. And I'm like, oh, Funko Shop, purple jersey, Magic Johnson. That makes sense. Magic versus Bird kind of thing and all that. So I've got that coming. I've got the soda coming. And just because I'm a Batman fan, talk about something that needs to be scaled up and larger. I bought Lights and Sounds Batman.
Oh, yes, the Lights and Sound. I got a Lights and Sound Vader. And every time I walk by him, I tap him on the head.
Okay, so that's what he plays with.
That is definitely one that I play with.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, man. What is one positive and or negative memory you have with buying toys?
Positive. And that's one of the reasons. I'll go back to mystery boxes real quick. Mystery box. So we were able, and we did this video as a family. We all opened up the box with a Hatbox Ghost.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know how much it's over a $600 pop, I think, at this point. We would have never, ever, ever bought. I've never would have spent that much on one item, but we were able to pull that out of a mystery box. We got to share that memory all together when we opened it. So that was exciting. I'll never forget that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like a memory, and then it's one of our most, it's one of our favorite. I think you said that was one of the ones that you'd take out if there was a fire here. You come and grab the Hatbox Ghost. So that's probably and we've got so many different, we could go down a list of all those memories that we had that were good. Negative, what was, I don't know, I'm trying to think. What would be?
I don't think anything's really a negative.
No.
I was going to say, it just, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose when it comes to mystery boxes in regards to that aspect. And I don't necessarily consider that a negative. It just is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, negative toy collecting wise, we've really not experienced negatives, I don't think. I mean, if I thought here for another,
you might have tossed a couple of pops when the box came in damaged. Maybe consider that a negative.
That's a negative, yeah. Get a busted up box, yeah.
The intent, I hate these videos. I try my best not to watch them when I do see them. The intentional destruction. I'm like, don't destroy the Funko Pop boxes. Don't destroy. Stop that. Don't do that.
I only have destroyed boxes that were completely destroyed.
But I'm saying but there's a couple of videos on somewhere that, like, and I'm not saying it's a postal worker, but it's before you even open, like if somebody shipped something to you and you just stepped on, I'm like, don't do it. Oh God, it's just crazy.
Yeah, willfully demolishing anything. I can't do it. We've got some boxes that are partially damaged. I can't even open those forcefully. You know what I mean? They're already kind of damaged, and I can't do that. But yeah, there's been a couple that we've gotten that were completely smashed, and yeah, I might have tossed one of those or two.
It's crazy. If you could create any toy, what would you want to create? So basically, Funko, Hasbro, Mattel, whatever. They give you the keys to the kingdom, and you can do anything.
You know what?
I'm overwhelmed already.
I could think of one thing. I would love to see the original Voltron, because that was we had the original Lions Voltron. I can't remember if it was made out of metal. I feel like it was made out of metal. Just remembering how it held up. I'd like a bigger scale of that. Like, I don't know how much bigger, because that thing was pretty big. But like a bigger scale, and I know I'm going back to something that's already been made, but like a real high quality Voltron that you can put together and take apart. I would be behind that. And then I'm going to probably find out that it exists and have to go down that rabbit hole. But if that doesn't exist, that's what I would like to see come to fruition.
All right, little Miss Overwhelmed, what do you got?
Oh, I don't know. I was going to say, that's a tough one.
A Barbie Cadillac?
No, I'm over the Barbie stuff now at this point in my life. I've moved on. It would have to be something Disney-wise. Like, just something totally cool, out of the box, something that no one has ever done yet.
You just don't know what that is.
I just don't know what it is.
Have they done, specifically to Funko, they haven't... I know that there's Space Mountain. I know they've done the train. I know they've done other... They haven't done Epcot yet, have they?
No.
No, Epcot not as of yet. They do have Space Mountain and
but I want
Tower of Terror.
like an Epcot that like moves. You hide on the inside and it lights up, like the outside of the ball lights up, and like the statue of Walt next to it, and
wow.
I want it all.
Yep.
I'd like to see that.
That would be really cool. That would be awesome. All right, last two questions. Here we go. What is the one piece of advice you would give the toy collecting fandom in general?
Choose wisely.
Yeah.
Don't buy things just to buy things. Buy things that mean something to you. Value is in the eye of the beholder.
That was
absolutely.
That was actually very. Yeah, I mean, not that I expected you not to give a good answer. I expected a good answer. No, you know, I'm going to echo the same thing. I'm going to come from a Funko collector, because that's what we are. You have to be selective. I think at the beginning of our collecting journey, let's call it, we were buying a lot more things that we loved, but like everything of it that we loved.
Yeah.
Where like Disney's a great example. Now we have like 62 princesses, and we realize we don't need to have 62 princesses.
Nope.
20 princesses are probably enough, right?
Yeah.
So you learn that, you should really buy something that you're connected with, and, you know, maybe try to pace yourself, because it can get out of hand pretty quick if you don't.
Yeah. I'm just trying. Math in my head is really bad, folks. Let's see. 15 Ariels, 15 Bells, 15. I'm trying to think like how many actual Disney princesses there are versus how many actual.
You're not that far. I don't think you're that far off with those.
I try to have like one of every princess, because I think it's important for every princess to be represented.
And that's still
in my Disney
over.
collection.
That's even over 20.
But that's even an enormous amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's like, I want, like, okay, going back to Transformers and Funko, like, I have technically 3 Optimus Primes, but one of them was Nemesis Prime, so it's a different character, sort of. But, like, when Funko announced that they were doing Transformers, and they announced the GameStop Transformers G.I. Joe lunchboxes, and I'm like, ooh, the orange axe. I want the Optimus Prime with the orange axe. That's because I remember that, and I want Megatron with the purple mace and all that. I remember that scene from the first episode. And that's the Optimus that I wanted. I didn't really want the other general one with him with his gun or anything like that. However, when Amazon came out with their exclusive, the metallic, the blue, because it's metallic, is a different color than... So I still have one representing classic Optimus. But like I said, I only have two of the oversized ones. I have Soundwave because I was shocked with that.
Yeah, with the little disc. I'm looking at Soundwave right now.
I was like, okay, Funko, you have the regular 3 or 4 inch Soundwaves, fine. And then you go and have the 10-inch one, and I looked at that, and I know everybody was screaming at the time. I am so glad I did not overreact to the announcement of Jumbo Soundwave, because when I got him, I was like, oh, everyone can calm the F down. You know why? Because he does technically come with 4 cassettes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just... the buzzsaw, and because everybody was complaining that, oh, why does he only come with buzzsaw? Where's Laserbeak? So I waited and I waited, and I eventually got him at GameStop. I bring him home. I open him up. Oh, Laserbeak is the reverse of buzzsaw. That works. That's great. You don't need, so, but yeah, I was shocked because I was like, oh my God, the door opens. Holy crap.
Yeah.
An actual functioning thing on a Funko Pops don't do anything. They don't move. They don't. Okay, some outside of the Star Wars and Marvel, those bobble. But technically, like Mr. Soup Nazi over here, Yev, he's just standing there on the top of Unicron's head. He's like, I think the heads do turn if I remember correctly, but like, they don't do anything. So when Soundwave came in, I'm like, oh my God, this is so friggin' cool because it does something that you didn't think it would do.
Yeah, I love Soundwave. And, the whole spiel that I just gave about, like, collecting and, like, being whatever, I have every single Transformer, so I have all the variants of Optimus Prime. I'm not missing any of the Transformer Pops, and we're getting the Grail, and I believe that I have the 4 Legendaries. I got to double-check out the NFTs. But, so, okay, be selective, but I guess not that selective. I can't be too big of a hypocrite here.
Well, I mean, I don't even think it's being hypocritical. It's the thing of, like I say every episode. For me, it's about characters, and generally, I wasn't going to get that second Optimus Prime at all. I was fine with just having the one with the X because that's the one I really enjoyed. Like, I don't have too many doubles. Technically I have 2 Darth Vaders, but one he's holding his fist and the other one it's from Obi-Wan. And I don't understand this, and maybe you guys can explain it to me, and I don't know if you have this one. Maybe I should ask John about this when eventually I have him and Joanna on. The Funko Shop one with him holding his fist, even though I have it in a pop protector, feels very light. There is no weight to it. I get from my buddy Wes at Poppin Off Toys, poppinofftoys.com, I get the generic 3-pack bundle of whatever it was Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, and Reva the Third Sister. I go to pick up this Darth Vader, I'm like, why is this thing so heavy? It's not in a pop protector. I haven't taken it out, but I'm like, literally, that box is heavier than and I'm like, why? What did they do? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the 3-pack. I definitely have the Funko Shop one because I do have a good amount of Vaders. I've got several Vaders as well. So, and I could probably go down the list. But I don't know. That I'm not positive on why there'd be a difference.
That's crazy. All right. What is advice you'd give to kids who enjoy toys?
Be your advice. Enjoy them.
Yeah, appreciate them. With them.
Yeah, appreciate them. Appreciate them is probably a great word. Like, we'll tell that to our kids all the time. You know, appreciate this stuff. Like, I'll quick little, like, for Christmas, if the kids get a lot of toys, Brie was always good with hiding half of their toys that they would open up. They'd get to open all of them on Christmas. She'd hide them all up in the closet, though.
Yep.
They'd completely forget about them and then bring them out during the year. So they appreciated each one instead of getting bombarded with 40 different toys all at once. And then they were able to play with everything and appreciate that all the way through the year. That was one thing you were always really good with.
Yeah.
And,
well, Gabby's birthday was also on Christmas, so she got double the amount of what an average kid would get.
Right.
So it was one of those things of if you pull it all out, you rip it out of the box, you play with it for 2 days, and you move on to the next toy and play with it for 2 days. You're not appreciating the time that someone put into buying it. You don't appreciate what the toy is in itself. So if I stuck them up in the boxes, and then it was like rainy day came and they'd pull out a brand new toy and it was in the box and we'd be like, oh, this was from, Nana and Papa. Or they would think it was like the greatest thing in the whole entire world. And they had already forgotten about it. But now they spent more time. They appreciated, they played with it. They, like the love of the toy was there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, folks, we're going to go to another quick ad break. You're going to hear some stuff and other things and all that good stuff, and we'll be back right after this.
Because the world needs another movie podcast.
The Geekcast Radio Network presents for your listening pleasure the Cinema Geek.
Hosted by Amanda, Kevin, Matt, and Dan.
Each week we dive headfirst in the landscape of movies as we discuss movie news, play movie games,
go in-depth on reviews,
and even have a top 10 countdown or two.
Also, don't miss our director retrospective series, where we review noted directors' movies film by film. Bottom line is, if you love movies and love podcasts, you need to experience the Cinema Geeks.
You can find us on iTunes, Blog Talk Radio, or GeekCastRadio.com.
Oh, hey! I got something!
Since 2009, we have been the premier cartoon podcast here at the Geekcast Radio Network. We are Tooncast. From taking you beyond the cartoons we grew up with to seasonal saucy toon talk, and now we get the origins of toonsters everywhere as we ask guests 30 questions about their cartoon watching experiences, plus so much more. Tooncast is back. Join me, TFG and Mike, and the rest of the GCRN crew as we give you all the toon talk you will ever need, only on the GCRN, and wherever you consume your podcasts. We are beyond good, beyond evil, beyond your wildest imagination. We are all tunes all the time here on Tooncast.
Yeah.
Do you know John Hyatt songs?
Maybe you know them from being covered by Roseanne Cash, Three Dog Night, the Neville Brothers, Emmylou Harris, Eric Clapton, B.B. King, Jeff Healey, Bonnie Raitt, or literally hundreds of others.
Maybe you have some of his albums on your shelf, or in your cow-horned Cadillac right now.
I'm Jesse Jackson.
And I'm Sylvan Groff.
And we're going to dive in from A to Z. Join us on the Perfectly Good Podcast.
We're going to discuss all of your favorites and uncover some forgotten gems, from Aces Up Your Sleeve to Zero House.
Rate and debate every John Hyatt song on the Perfectly Good Podcast. Have a little faith.
Hello, geeks and geekettes! Looking for a podcast that covers a vast array of topics? Then check out Altered Geek Unleashed, where we discuss our thoughts on this week's geeky news, tech, gaming, television shows, movies, cartoons, comics, and more. So, get altered, get geeky with the Altered Geeks. Every Friday on the Geekcast Radio Network.
All right, we are back here on Toycast with Vince and Brie, the Poppin Duo. We've mentioned your YouTube channel and all that stuff, but let everybody know where they can find you guys and what you've got coming up. This episode will air most likely right after Thanksgiving, so I don't know how far in advance you guys have the channel planned, but give us a preview.
Okay, so we have, yes, the best way to find us, if you do a search on YouTube, the Poppin Duo on YouTube, and if you like unboxing videos, mystery boxes, Funko collecting in general, I think that we're fun. We're fun to watch, right? I mean, I'm giving...
As someone who watches you, yes, I can definitely, especially after the Halloween line, don't ever do that again.
I will just tell you, go back to some of our older, we've got at least one or two older Halloween videos, If you thought that was bad, you've seen nothing yet. Go back to about a year or 2 years ago. It was much worse, if that's telling you something. But
I don't know, man. That rat's nest, oh, man.
Oh, no, it was worse. You'll see. You'll see. You can go back and check that. And everybody else, feel free to go back and check that. Me making a fool of myself on YouTube. It happens, weekly. We pretty much do that. But
we have fun.
We have fun. We love it. We still have a good time doing it. You guys, I think anybody that goes out, that watches our videos enjoys the camaraderie between us and our relationship now. Mm-hmm. We kind of let everything just, we're pretty real. I
was going to say, it's all out there. There's nothing that's hidden.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think it's a fun time. So that's the best place to find us. We're also on Instagram, _Poppin _Duo on Instagram.
Whatnot.
We're on Whatnot. I think it's just Poppin Duo on Whatnot. You could check our YouTube page for any of that stuff. But yeah, we interact a lot with the Funko community. We like to hang out with everybody as much as possible, and we get to do YouTube and open up Funko Pop. So I mean, it's the best of all worlds for us.
Yep.
Very cool, very cool. I'm going to ask this of everyone because I'm hoping to have all 4 of you on. It's just nailing down schedules and things like that, and whatever else. I was actually thinking I wasn't expecting you guys to be the first of the 4. I was expecting John and Joanna to be the first. But who came up with Pop Force 1?
We all. I remember. I kind of remember. We usually will talk for half hour, 45 minutes. Sometimes it's been longer than that after each one of the episodes that we do. I remember us just throwing things around, and we were thinking military because John and Jim were both in the military before, or John is currently still serving. And then
we did military charities.
We did military charities. Shannon, Josh's wife, was a Marine. So, we all had ties back to that. So we were trying to kind of do something with that. Honestly, I don't remember. I remember I kind of I think that I threw out the force, we spelled force with FOUR. That's my claim to fame. And I did design the logo. So those are the only 2 things I'm going to take out of that. One of the other guys, I think, actually came up with the Pop Force 1. But, it kind of just stuck. And I'm surprised that we're still doing this. It's been a couple years now. We've done, every single week. We've not missed a week in over, I think, 2 years, or right at 2 years at this point. Yeah. So, and we have a ton of fun. Yeah. So if anybody ever has free time, Thursday nights over on YouTube, it's on one of our 4 channels. We talk Funko. If you like Funko Pop and seeing sodas, whether you like sodas or not, here, Mike, I know you've been on a lot of you don't like the sodas, but you probably like watching people open them. If you watch Jim, you definitely have to at least watch people open them.
Even if you don't like certain things, everybody can appreciate other people doing it.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like we just like to have fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just because I'm not going to have them in my own collection outside of Maleficent, I'm not. The one thing I wish that YouTube would allow is for, and I know this is going to sound really stupid, but I don't want to say segregation, but I wish they had a filter of, even though you want to support the channel and watch their videos, they have 5 soda videos in a row. I know technically I can go manually and hide all of the, I don't know. But I wish there was a sorting, again, more features, YouTube, more filters, more stuff. Don't take stuff away from us. That was stupid.
Yeah, anyway. With the way that they got and mystery boxes are the same way. We've had so many comments from people that tell us they would never, ever, ever do mystery boxes.
Yeah.
But they love watching them.
And some people don't even collect Funkos, but they just like watching the channel. So, hey.
Yeah,
and again, with you guys, it's, with y'all and with John and Joanna and with, wow, I almost screwed that up. With Josh and Shannon and with Jim, you all have your each unique individual personalities, and you are not playing up to the camera, but you are having fun doing it, hence why people come to watch your videos. So whether they collect pops, whether they collect sodas, or whether they don't collect anything at all, whether they want to get interested in collecting the stuff, And, I think it was again, as of this recording, the most recent one, it started with you guys not knowing what you were doing.
Well, that sounds like every video.
Always.
That sounds like just about every video, but
no, it was oh God, now I gotta look at it. I hate creating editing for myself. It was, let's see, that's the search bar. The way overvalued Funko Pop mystery box unboxing from
this
November 5th.
Yeah, we started it with I can't remember what we said in that one.
It was, let's see, go back
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Vince edits all of it. I have no clue sometimes what he even puts in the beginning. I'm like, what did I do? What did I say?
If I find a little thing to put in, we'll always put that in. A little comedy here and there. You said something to me. I can't remember what happened there.
Yep. Yeah, it was something. It actually might have been the Halloween horror. I forget which one it was, but it was so funny. It was like, oh, we're gonna just open this cold. We're not gonna do welcome back to the channel yet. We're just gonna stare at the camera and not realize what's going on. Oh, it's so funny.
I was gonna say we don't do a whole lot of planning ahead of time. I'm like, okay,
no,
what are we
don't.
opening? And he's like, I got this box, this box, this box. Do you want to look at the top hits? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll look at the top hits. And that's literally how we do it.
We have 20 seconds.
It's all very on the fly. So whatever comes out of our mouths is usually what you get.
Nothing scripted.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, folks. I have no idea what's coming up next on this podcast. It might be, might be another Origins episode. I'm not sure. Like I said before, I'm hoping to get the rest of Pop Force 1 on here and get all of their stories and all that good stuff. But for now, thank you for joining us here on Toycast. If you'd like to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show, there's several ways to do so. I just have to script everything on my intros and outros. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can listen to and comment on all of our content. Send an email to feedback@geekcastradio.com. You can check us out on any podcasting platform you prefer. Follow us on Twitter @GeekCastRadio, @TFToycast, and I am @TFG1Mike. Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/GeekCast Radio Network. You can also check out TF Toycast over there as well. Y'all need to get on the Facebook game. I found your page, and I'm like, there's nothing here. What's going on?
Oh, our Facebook is very empty.
Do we have a Facebook?
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah. Yes, you do. For now, I am TFG1Mike with
Vince
and Brie from the Poppin Duo.
Join us next time when we'll be talking more toys here on Toycast.
The voice kept calling me Bruce. In my mind, that's not what I call myself.
What do you call yourself? Oh, yeah. I suppose you would. But that's my name now.
Tell that to my subconscious.